The SAD truth about what's happening to North West. It's worse than we thought. As soon as Kanye shot up the club and Kim Kardashian peed on that pregnancy test back in 2012, we all knew their child was destined to be pushed into the limelight. They didn't just raise a family, they built entire empires off attention, spectacle, and keeping the public completely glued to their business at all times. Fast forward to today, and their daughter, North West, is popping up everywhere.
Skincare line.
A skincare brand for...
She is so omnipresent in media culture that people almost forget she is still literally a child. Is North genuinely this passionate about entertainment, fashion, and music? Or is she being aggressively pushed down a pipeline that was mapped out for her before she was even old enough to spell the word trademark? We've seen far too many child star horror stories over the decades to let this topic slide. So today, grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's dive deep into other people's business. From nursery to Nepo baby, the early machine. According to CBS News, by 2014, when she was barely 1 year old, North was already being described as one of the most famous babies in the world. From that moment on, the Kardashian-West publicity machine never actually slowed down. North West's rise in the spotlight began at an incredibly young age. In 2015, when she was just 18 months old, she made her first music video appearance in her father Kanye West's song, Only One. As she grew older, she became a familiar face on Keeping Up with the Kardashians and also made cameo appearances on Cocktails with Khloe, further increasing her public visibility. By 2019, at only 5 years old, North achieved another major milestone by landing her first solo magazine cover for Women's Wear Daily's annual beauty issue, showcasing her growing influence in fashion and entertainment. Now, seeing a kindergarten-aged child plastered on the front cover of a women's fashion magazine had everybody asking, what in the Nepo baby pipeline is going on here? It started to feel less like a little girl exploring her hobbies and more like North was being manufactured as the next iteration of the socialite empire. Since Mama Kim couldn't hold on to the crown forever, it seemed like she was grooming North to take over the mantle, regardless of whether North was old enough to understand the weight of it. By the time North turned 9, Kim was already filing trademarks in her name covering everything from entertainment to toys and even a dedicated skincare line. Yes, a skincare brand for a 9-year-old. It felt like a calculated move, especially with North already racking up millions of views on TikTok giving beauty tutorials. The North West branding timeline. North West's branding journey has been carefully built from an early age. At just 1 year old, 2014, she was dubbed the most famous baby in the world. By age 5, 2019, she had already landed a solo cover for WWD magazine. By 9 years old, 2022, trademarks were filed in her name for skincare and toy products, signaling future business ventures. By 10, 2023, she gave her first major solo interview to ID magazine, where she was nicknamed Mini Yeezy 2.0. She talked openly about wanting to be a businesswoman, owning both of her parents' brands one day, and claimed her love for fashion came from both Kim and Ye. She also casually crowned herself a style icon. Look, we love confidence, but somebody needed to check that ego before it got out of hand. By 2024, North transitioned from being a famous kid making TikToks to a full-on live performer. In May 2024, 11-year-old North was announced as part of the Lion King 30th anniversary cast at the massive Hollywood Bowl, performing alongside industry heavyweights like Jennifer Hudson, Jason Weaver, and Nathan Lane. Naturally, people took one look at the cast list and asked, who let this child pass security without an audition? Coming right on the heels of Blue Ivy Carter's highly praised dance moments, many felt North's casting was a calculated Nepo baby layup orchestrated by two parents who masterfully control the media. The hard truth. When the curtain went up, critics and viewers were relentless. Many pointed out that her vocal performance was vastly unprepared for a venue like the Hollywood Bowl, noting a severe lack of rehearsal and vocal training. Instead of blaming North, people aimed their critiques squarely at Kim and Ye. Placing an untrained child on a global stage subjects them to brutal public ridicule. Kim defended the performance, acknowledging that while North wasn't on Whitney Houston's vocal level, she is the moment. But being the moment doesn't replace discipline, mentorship, and proper training. Corsets, Diddy collabs, and finger piercings. Over the past 2 years, it has become painfully obvious that North is being forced to grow up at warp speed. In August 2025, Page 6 reported that 12-year-old North stepped out during a family trip to Rome wearing a corset, a miniskirt, platform boots, and a 36-inch turquoise wig. Social media erupted, dragging Kim for failing to protect her daughter's childhood innocence. When Kim later addressed the outrage on the Call Her Daddy podcast, claiming all kids try out wild trends, people weren't buying it. Most preteens testing boundaries aren't doing it in front of paparazzi lenses and millions of followers. The edgy styling only escalated, posting videos featuring icy blue contacts, fake face tattoos, and fake nose rings. By early 2026, North debuted her second finger piercing. In 2025, Kanye raised eyebrows everywhere by putting 12-year-old North on a track titled Lonely alongside King Combs and his father, Diddy, who was actively facing massive federal racketeering and trafficking charges at the time. Kim reportedly sent legal paperwork to block North from being associated with the Diddy track, to which Kanye publicly declared he was ready to go to war. By February 2026, People magazine confirmed that Kim officially pulled North out of her private school to switch to homeschooling.
At home, she'll do an 8-hour music studio session.
The reasoning? Traditional schooling was apparently getting in the way of North's burgeoning entertainment career and unique sense of individuality. To top it off, North is now scheduled to embark on her debut music tour alongside 21-year-old artist Molly Santana, spanning 14 cities across the US and 1 in Canada. What are we really leaving behind? While North clearly has a drive for art, design, and music, the rate at which she is being commercialized is alarming. We have seen this exact Hollywood storyline play out decades over. 1. A child is told continuously that they are iconic, marketable, and immune to standard rules. 2. Their entire self-worth becomes tied to applause, viral numbers, and public validation. 3. The moment the public gets bored or the criticism grows too loud, the child spirals because they never developed an identity outside of the spotlight. At some point, the people around North need to love her more than they love the engagement, headlines, and content she generates. North might not realize what part of her youth is being traded away right now, but by the time she does, the content will be archived, the money will be spent, and her childhood will be gone forever. What do you think? Is North West a natural prodigy blazing her own trail, or are Kim and Kanye pushing her too far, too fast into an adult world? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop your hot takes in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive.